What up? Just gonna do this a little differently, but fuck it. Make it up as I go. Now, I'm gonna address my issue of, for those who know me, you know how I feel about you, no matter what color you are. Treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. Now that that's out the way, I just want to address this issue of this racial shit. I post a lot. I don't really talk a lot. If you know me in real life, you know I really don't talk a lot, man. I'm just quiet ass nigga sitting in the corner and chilling. You know what I mean? Got my shit just cause, shit pop off. I'm just in the cut chilling and shit, That's just me. Anyway, now this shit is all this shit going on. I'm sick of it. I got a podcast coming out. I got some videos and projects, music, and a lot of shit that I've been working on. Slowly but surely, piece by piece, I've been moving it along. And like I posted before, I got a big ass drop I'm gonna come out with. All the video, the music, all that shit. I'm dropping everything I got at once. It's probably gonna be a little unorganized, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm throwing out everything right. Fuck it. As soon as I finish up. So, as soon as I'm done recording, as soon as I'm done doing certain shit, I'm just saying, nigga. I mean, not trying to show off too much, but nigga got, like I said, nigga doing some shit. So, back onto this whole racist shit. I'm tired of all these people accepting bullshit answers. And that's my new hashtag. Stop with the bullshit. No more bullshit. Fuck your bullshit. Just call bullshit out. And especially with all the interactions, all these fucking obvious racists and these closeted racists. Like, I've done some shit before in the past. I haven't done it in a while. But I used to go on to 4chan on all these other little fucking white supremacist websites. Because most of it, at one point I remember I used to just be on chilling on World Star watching some videos and shit. I scroll down and see some comments. And next thing you know, all I'm seeing is like the most anti-black, racist bullshit you can possibly imagine, possibly imaginably say. And the problem is just like, well, obviously this ain't no black people coming on here bullshitting like this. Black people don't play around like that. That's not shit we joke about like that. White people find that type of shit funny. Or Asians, anybody but black. And that's another thing I noticed. All over the fucking world, it doesn't matter where we are, the dark skins are always vilified. Whether it's Japan to motherfucking Hawaii. Hawaii is a bunch of darks. So from Japan to New Zealand, fucking Alaska, everybody's anti-dark at one point or another, in some way, shape, or form. Aborigines in Australia, do I need to say more? Come on. We know this was the land of the Redskins. And honestly, I don't think that should be considered as a racist term, but apparently it is. Even though it's mostly associated with football, I look at it as like a sign of a warrior clan, like to remember the Redskins. Gave them white boys hell out there in that Western Front. You know what I'm saying? Revered. And they should be in control of their own fucking homeland, in my personal opinion. I feel like there should be no white person, no black person, no any other person but a person of a Native American descent should be always in a form of a government. Not these fucking congressmen, not these senators. They do their fucking 4 years, get the fuck out. But when it comes to the Native Americans, they should have a permanent place of power in this fucking country, not on a fucking reservation. Now, apparently, I haven't fully done my research. Some Native Americans own some black folks. It is what it is. Still doesn't take away from the fact that these people had their fucking land completely taken over, and supposedly the land of the free, home of the brave. But last time I checked, yeah, we're trying to kick out immigrants. The descendants of the immigrants that came here are trying to stop other immigrants from coming here. Ain't that a bitch? What kind of shit is that? The oxymoron. That's because that white pride, that always sense of I've accomplished something, even though I may have never actually done nothing. Like from the very beginning of growing up in America, I can always remember people always trying to force this idea of you're supposed to take credit for some shit that other people did. You're supposed to honor these soldiers and shit. You're supposed to honor these people that chose to do what they did. I'm like, okay. I can see the logic in that. But why do you feel the need to try to convince me so much to be like them? Well, not be like them, but to sit there and like, you should be proud to be an American. Like, why? I haven't done any fucking thing. I haven't really done anything. I've served in the military. That's about as far as I've come from actually doing anything for my country. But just saying you love America and saying you're a patriot don't make you a fucking patriot. It just makes you a person that likes to fucking talk. That's all it is. What have you actually done for your fucking country? What have you done to bring the country together? Most of you motherfuckers out there really like. I'm not even gonna lie. Some of those right wingers are on point about, I want to say, 10 to maybe 15% of the shit that they talk about. 10 to 15% of the shit that they talk about are based around facts, but still manipulated to benefit their argument. You know what I'm saying? After doing some research and shit, I see where they get some of their arguments from and why they say some of the shit, but then it becomes obvious that somebody along the lines twisted this information. And it's pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? And even so, the racists prey on this, and that's another thing. The whole creation of America was made by pimps. Let's stop bullshitting. The sex farms, the butt breaking. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit now. The way they try to emasculate black men now, it's still fucking butt breaking. They're killing our women, they're killing us, and then want to act nervous when we say, "Hey, we want guns now. We want to protect ourselves." Just like that news anchor did with Charlamagne the God. That was bullshit. She know that was bullshit, and you showed yourself ghost skin. That's another thing. Ghost skin is a term that these motherfuckers use to identify their undercover agents. They're people who say they're for equality, but they sit there and do shit like vote for what was that shit? Who was it? Biden against the busing and segregation and shit. Meeting with the fucking racists and what was that shit Biden did? He did some shit for the racists. He spoke at their funeral or gathering or some shit like that. Obvious ghost skin. That is a literal term they use to describe their undercover agents who pretend like they don't believe in racist bullshit. But on the weekends, they go to them clubs. They go on their little retreats where they little boys only club, or they, like, prime example. Seth MacFarlane did it perfectly too. On the episode when Lois lost her memory, I think it was when Stewie tried to kill her. And she woke up and she met some dude, and he was really, really nice. This is why white supremacists get away with they able to get away with what they able to do in broad daylight on camera and shit, because good white people always want to give other white people the good benefit of the doubt. I haven't said that. Somebody else said that shit before on a video or movie or something. I can't think of who that was. I will try to get back to you on one of those videos in the future that I'm doing, but somebody said that shit, and I've seen that shit to be true. White people will blindly believe other white people. Doesn't fucking matter. I've seen white people get handed jobs left and right because they got a buddy, or they had a friend that knew somebody that worked there. You know what I'm saying? All my life, I'm a fucking veteran, bro. Alright, I got in juvenile trouble. I gotta pay child support. I'm not fucking perfect, but there's no reason why a lot of the times I shouldn't get a job. When I do my resume right, I know how to do my resume right. I know how to present myself. This shit right here is because I've been a stay-at-home dad, taking care of my family. Why? You feel me? Because I gotta try to make shit work for what the hell me and my family needs. Not for what the fuck I believe, but what my family needs. Not for what the fuck I want, but what my family needs. And my family needs is one person who can make a full fucking paycheck, and another person that can sit here and make sure that the kids eat and all that other kind of shit. Fuck it. It is what it is. But I guarantee you say what the fuck you want. I just gotta do what I gotta do. I'm looking for work. I've been looking for work. But the fact is, I don't make a full paycheck because of the racist court system, who is giving my ex-wife an exorbitant amount of money that I've proven on my financial affidavit numerous times that I cannot pay this shit. And legally, they're supposed to change it. But legally, they didn't. They sent me a letter, and I just so happened to have lost that letter while I was moving around up here in New York. So apparently there's no record of them ever changing my financial affidavit, and it stays at the amount that they say. But the amount is based off of money I was making while I was in the military, married to my ex-wife. And if anybody knows about military shit, you know you get paid extra with dependents, meaning not just that little 600 that you start off with as a PFC, but if you're married with a kid, yeah, I was getting about $3,600 every 2 weeks, so $300 a month wasn't shit. Even though we was fucking living together, even though, you know, I'm paying all the bills, I'm the only one working and shit. She just sitting at home watching the kid. Yeah, I literally paid my fucking wife to be a stay at home mom through the court system. Not money directly to her, but child support took the money out of my bank account and directly into hers. Even though we was living as husband and fucking wife. But apparently they said that shit didn't matter. Okay, white privilege. I don't give a fuck what you say. That shit didn't make no goddamn sense for that shit to go happen. We already had plans of getting married and shit, but this whole child support shit went forward. I got fucked over. I did everything I needed to do, but because of racist bullshit, somebody gave out my fucking social security number to her too, and she was bragging to me about this shit. And they gave me your social security number. Like, bitch, you think that shit cool? All right, bet. I've been gathering up my resources, doing my research, looking up laws, been studying and shit. I can't become a law professor. I can't become a lawyer my damn self. But if I have to, I can defend myself in the court of law right now. So come try me, any you motherfuckers haters. I bet you, I will stand my ground, and I will win in court. Otherwise, you just got to kill me any other way. For any of you motherfuckers who think you got something for me, that's all I'm saying. Hoorah, devil dog. Anyway, so with all that being said, I'm being held back, so I have to be a stay-at-home father. And I do my best to support my woman. Make it as easier for her. I do all the cooking. I'm supposed to do all the cleaning, but I could be better. I do my job here and there, but I could be better. Fuck it. What's wrong with being honest? Anyway, other than that, my good outweigh my bad. But for some fucking reason, I never get that friend that knows somebody that could put me in that job position. You know, I never just so happen to have the kind of luck that I constantly hear a lot of my white friends just so happen to get. Like, I know some high school dropouts. They didn't even finish high school. They didn't even get a GED, but they never had a fucking issue getting a goddamn job. I love them to death. Some of my best fucking friends. But they have no fucking diplomas and shit, and yet they can easily get any fucking, they could basically damn near get any job they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck you become a butcher, bro? I would love to be a butcher, cutting up. I would love to learn that kind of job. Just never get a call back or that interview. But you know what I'm saying? They always know somebody that knows somebody or some shit. Like, white people look out for other white folks. Regardless if you're racist or not, they'll still help each other. It's a lot different because they effectively divided the black community. Can't really hate them. I mean, yeah, we can hate them for that, but hey, they won. We lost that war. This is our chance to turn shit around now, but moving forward. Even with all this shit, I want to say that not all white people are racist. I don't believe 100% of white people are racist. Nobody believes 100% white people are racist. But you might be surprised by the percentage that I believe are not racist. You will be, you probably call me a racist for believing this small percentage of people that's not racist, and it's probably not as small as you think. It's actually quite reasonable. I say 25% of white people have no problem, don't care about your race, don't care about your religion, don't care about your politics, don't care about anything other than you being a good person. As long as you do what the fuck, they don't care what you believe, they don't care what you think, they don't care what the fuck. As long as you good to them, they good to you. And I'm only speaking from personal experience, okay? I've had my share of racists as a civilian and in the military. Personally, in the military, yes, I'm a fucking USMC veteran, and there are racists in the military. Big whoop, want to fight about it? Not surprised. Like, my first racial experience, I didn't even graduate MOS school before a fucking colonel showed me that, yeah, you went for a long fucking ride during this bitch, bruh. Like, real talk. And you know what? It was a moment of truth for me and another black PFC. while we sitting up there at Camp Geiger. We in the lab. We done got done with training and everything. We sitting in this big gymnasium where everybody's sitting around. They got family members there. They got higher officials. They got sergeants. They got full bird colonels. They got officers walking around congratulating everybody. Good job on passing your MOS training and shit. And I didn't know any of the people that I came over here sat by. I don't even know. I can't even remember how the hell I ended up over here by these people because they wasn't part of my platoon. I didn't know any of these motherfuckers, but I was sitting. I just so end up happening to sit by this group of people. It was a white dude on my right side, a black dude on my left side, and two more white dudes on his side. Okay, me and the dude is in the middle, basically, right? And as we sitting there talking and sharing each other where the fuck we about to go to MOS school at, there was this fucking bird. There was this full bird colonel. Full bird colonel. Yeah, fully ascended colonel. Yes, big colonel. Come walking by, and of course, we being new Marines and shit, just getting into the military way. Of course, it's supposed to be a relaxed moment, but as soon as we all seen him, we all about to hop the fuck up and get that attention. It's a fucking officer. But he saying us like, no, you good. Sit down, y'all. You good. So we all sat back down and shit. And he starts on the dude on the very far end. And he's like kind of talking to us in general a little bit. It seems like he was talking to us in general a bit like the first couple of answers. He was like, yeah, you guys enjoyed yourselves? You had fun in combat training, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blah, 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 blah. Then he really got down to the specifics of, what's your MOS? Where you going? First dude told him where he was going. He went to the next dude. What's your MOS? Where you going? Went ahead, told him. And he's like, okay. That motherfucker skipped the dude next to me, skipped me, and went right to the last white dude on my right side. I kid you fucking not. The most surreal moment of my motherfucking life. I've had racist experience before, but after being brainwashed into believing they only see green, that moment just clearly made me realize it's green, white, and black. They see, it's not just green, they see three colors in that bitch. It became very obvious to me at that point because when he got done asking him his MOS and shit and got done talking, me and the black dude still sitting there like waiting, like, sir, we yeah, we excited to talk to you too, motherfucker. We just got done with all this hellish trade. We want to talk to you too, motherfucker. And he just walked off after he got done talking to the last white dude. And just like any other black person, any other my people, any black person on the face of the fucking earth, fuck America, in the face of the earth, you know those moments. White people never notice those moments. That shit goes completely over their fucking heads. And me and the black dude just looked at each other. Like it was that. It's always that surreal moment, like how we talk about it in the fucking movies, or how do we talk about it, or how the comedians talk about that shit, or how we actually see that shit in real life. We always just look at each other in that mutual acknowledgement of like, this is America. Ain't this some bullshit? Like, hell yeah, fucking land of the free. Like, I guarantee you, me and that nigga was disillusioned at that very fucking moment. Because after that moment, I really stopped giving a fuck to a certain point. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably let that one moment slide. But I didn't let my fucking guard down because I had my suspicions. And I wasn't so fucking wrong. And I wasn't fucking wrong. They basically got the military like high school for adults. Fuck what you talking about. Maybe because I never been deployed, you want to talk shit and all this shit because you never got fucking deployed. Like, motherfucker, not like I ain't try. But I did have a fucking injury. Not gonna lie. I enlisted under false pretenses. I lied. I already tore my meniscus before I went into the military, before I started boot camp. But I still passed, motherfuckers, with the torn meniscus. So fuck what you talking about. What? I did it. The 3 fucking miles, all that shit. Look up staff. Well, he probably not a staff sergeant. He probably not even in the fucking Marine Corps or whatever. But he was the fucking top recruiter in Florida for like 3-4 years. Whatever the fuck. Ask that nigga. From Philly. I can't remember him, but little nigga kind of looked like a mix between Clyde Drexler and Michael Collier. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that shit, man, it's like this. Racism is real. Stop. Call out the bullshit. Stop letting people gaslighting you into thinking you fucking crazy. Because you're not fucking crazy. My white friends. My besties, you know who you are. Huh? I'm still the Tetris champ, by the way, hater. Anyway. Uh, I know I don't mean y'all by this. Y'all have had y'all moments. Some of my white friends, y'all have had some moments where I clearly understood that you didn't understand, and I didn't hold that against you. You know, even now, I still don't hold certain things against them because I understand them and their real heart. I also understand the kind of influence growing up in a white environment, white society, constantly being reinforced, white ideals and white beliefs. I can see how that happens. I can see how you can slip and do some shit. Hell, as a black person, I've been guilty of a prejudice, of assuming certain shit because I've experienced so much fucking, like, I've experienced so much prejudice and racism in another way. But most people that know me was like, you nigga, you so nice. Everybody would assume that, no. Doesn't matter how fucking nice you are, bruh. It really doesn't. Doesn't matter how quiet you are, bruh. Doesn't matter how much you keep to your motherfucking self, bruh. It really don't. I'm a motherfucking ghost in these streets. Motherfuckers know about me, but don't nobody ever know where the fuck I'm at. Don't nobody ever know who the fuck I'm doing. I'm a motherfucking ghost out this bitch because I understand you can't be taking this shit lightly. For a simple fact that I want to say two and a possible. I'm not talking about spades. Okay, I got two and one possible races that stay within 1, 2, 3. The possible is over here. The two is back up over here. This bitch just literally put up a fence. Cause my homie next door got his dog. She say it's because he got the dog and she want to protect her yard, but no, they literally just put that fucking fence up in a matter of a day or two. No, obvious fucking racism. I'm not accepting that bullshit answer because of the dog. The dog is chained up. The dog be fucking chained up in that little fucking fence. If y'all can see that shit, I know it's bright out there, so it might be a little glary, but that dog be out there in that motherfucking fence in that little house. Ain't got shit to do with her and her obvious racist bullshit. But that's what I'm talking about, white folks. It's easy for these racists to get past you because you're always in a white environment. It's hard for you to actually notice what racism is because you're led to believe that racism is if a motherfucker is sitting there yelling out the N-word with a noose. Talk about die, nigga. You think that a lot of white people think that's like the only form of racism. Like there's no such thing as racism if they're not yelling a racial slur or trying to hurt you while yelling the racial slur. There's nothing racial about it. And then it's like, bitch, how would you know? That's the only form of racism that you would know as the oppressor. But as the people who are getting oppressed, we know the many different fucking ways that racists have found a way to fuck with us. And I'm just sick of that when motherfuckers feel the need to try to tell, like, I've lived this shit. Don't try to tell me, motherfucker. I'm so sick of that shit. And I don't give a damn if you believe me or not. Kiss my black ass. Real shit. This is my motherfucking truth. I have white friends. My son is half white. Even though his mama is treating me like can't get right, and I haven't seen my son or talked to him, even though I kept trying to fucking reach out. But the bitch, but you gonna use that white privilege and say no, he didn't. No, he's a deadbeat father. No, he's not doing this. She's gonna use that stereotype against me. Despite the fact that I put a ring on the bitch finger, despite the fact that I went into the military because I got her pregnant to get her an abortion because she didn't want to have the baby, because she didn't want to find out, she didn't want her mom to find out. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't find out until years later that after we got married, her family is Catholic. So it makes sense why all of a sudden she had to change her mind about the abortion after her mom found out. She wasn't gonna happen. It was against their religion. And it's like this girl is so full of shit. But still, she got my son. She's taking care of him. He's smart and whatever the fuck. But it doesn't change a fucking poor excuse of a human being that them people raised. And they ain't no better either. For the simple fact that white privilege is a white mom telling me that no matter if her daughter is wrong or right, she's gonna stand by her daughter. Even though you're supposed to be so religious, so morally right, you're gonna sit there and tell me you don't care if she's right or wrong. You're gonna choose loyalty over right and wrong. What God you serving? Can't be Catholicism. It can't be what Catholics say or what the fuck not. But that's another story, another day. I'm just saying. It becomes apparent at one point to where I realize, even though me and her have these problems, a lot of that shit isn't necessarily her fault. She grew up in an environment in a certain way. Maybe they didn't constantly tell her stay away from niggers and shit, but there is a reason why her and her sister only date black dudes. Okay, I'm just saying that there's a reason why white girls do that shit. And if you and you parents apparently at one point or another either said some shit, was talking like some shit or whatever the fuck, and then her and her sister went to school, actually interacted with black people, and realized these motherfuckers are full of shit back home. Black people are all right. Did you see this black penis over here? These niggas are all right. What is my people talking about? Now they exclusively only date black people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then that type of shit. It reminds me of that one little video I just seen of that one little white girl, where the mom was telling her that you could be anything you want to be, and the little white girl told her, I want to be a black woman. Such an awkward moment. Even as a black man, I felt awkward for the mom. I'm like, what do you say to that? And then at the same time, I say that, but then I have to go into my own past and look at myself and realize I've been guilty of that same type of shit when I was a kid. Because at a young age, I've always been around the adults. Never had brothers and sisters. Mom had a chance, but that's another story, another podcast, another story, another day. But always being around the adults, I got a good glimpse at the world ahead of me before I even was there. Constantly hearing about the adult problems and adult situations in terms of how crooked people can be and how backstabbing. Watching my mom and Rick trying to make that record label work while they trying to do business with fucked up people and lazy ass and people who don't do their shit. Just seeing the fucked up world around. I'm like, bro, this shit ain't cool. And luckily, at the age of 3, my Uncle Johnny put a fucking Super Nintendo controller in my hand. Because if it wasn't for that shit, bruh, I don't know who the fuck I would be or what the fuck I'd be doing with myself right now if I didn't have that little bit of a distraction throughout my life. I promise you. It's the only thing that kept me sane a lot of times, bruh. There's a lot of you motherfuckers who grew up with me used to always talk about that shit, and man, that nigga gonna snap one day. Watch, that nigga gonna snap one day. And you know what? As I get older, I start to think, these motherfuckers might have been right, bruh. I don't know, no. These niggas might have been right, bruh. Look at me. Because I look at one point, it's like I say I don't like fighting and shit, but then I actually look at back to the events of whenever I fought a nigga and shit like that and realize, nigga, I wasn't scared. That wasn't fear. That wasn't I don't want to get hurt. That was the same fucking excitement I get when I step into the studio. When I'm about to lay down 16, and when I go in the studio 111 and close that door and Rich, and I put them headphones on, Rich like, all right, music about to start. And nigga, that same fucking heart pumping feeling, I finally recognized that. Nigga, that wasn't fear in my heart. Nigga, I'm a goddamn Saiyan. I love to fight. No wonder I'm so into fighting games and the violence and kung fu and martial arts and training and all this other shit. It makes so much sense now. Like, nigga, I'm like a modern day Goku. I'm not saying I'm the strongest, I'm the baddest, but I'm a nice dude, but I like to fight. I don't like to advocate for fighting and shit like that, but trust me, I have a lot of desires to do some shit. But the fact is, I've let life get in the way for me doing certain shit. Truth be told, my leg injury wouldn't stop me from boxing. Maybe it would, maybe it not. But I never got the surgery to actually get it fixed. But I can walk around, I can run and jog a little bit, but I can't like run miles and shit like that. Maybe I can if I really put my mind into it, but either way, I'm babbling and I'm done. Just know that it's not 100% of white people that's racist, folks out there. It's more like 25% don't care, don't wish you bad luck, just want to live in peace. You show them love, they show you love. From my personal experience, 25% are No. Not 25. 50% are the undercover racists or the undeciders. The people who feel lost. They're looking for a place to belong, or identity crisis like white folks, or people who, basically, the ghost skins, the undercover racists. This is sum it up like that. Okay, either they don't realize they're racist, or they realize they're racist. And, they're living that ghost skin life. They do that undercover passive aggressive racism shit in their everyday life instead of, shouting out. Instead of shouting out nigger, they do passive aggressive racist bullshit. Like, for instance, I don't know if these crackers right here actually gardening anything, but it looks like this motherfucker's looking at my goddamn window. You tell me. Y'all see that little shit that look like Luffy hat from One Piece? I can't tell if that bitch looking at me or looking over here, but that hat been sitting there for a good little minute, and I don't think he's got a goddamn garden over there. That's all I'm saying. If he can see me, well, if I can see him, he can probably see me, even though it is probably pretty bright out there. So I don't fucking know. But like I said, 50% of them are the undercover racists. They won't tell you they're racist. They'll deny it that they're racist, but they believe in racist stereotypes and bullshit and act accordingly. Okay? You can't deny this shit. You can say all the shit that you want, but your actions lie. Pay attention, my fellow white friends. You're really our allies. You're really our friends. Pay attention. Expose these motherfuckers. I'm sorry. And there's going to be some family members. There's going to be some people, whatever the fuck. But the reason why America is not great is because racism is helped to keep America back. They have effectively stopped America, not stopped, they didn't stop America's process. They actually just slowed down the American growth to a fucking snail by constantly stepping on the black community, by constantly stepping on the Asian or the Hispanic community or any other community within America, the Native American community. Instead of trying to uplift these communities, they want to stay with their boot on people's necks. Richard Spencer is proudly telling you that, okay? He's the front runner of these motherfuckers. Let's just stop bullshitting ourselves. I actually played a game of 2K with this motherfucker, and if it wasn't you, prove me wrong, bitch. I clipped it. You can't have a regular name like Richard Spencer on Xbox Live, nigga. You gotta be somebody important, or at least somebody with some money to keep your regular name like that, nigga. I know it was you, you racist son of a bitch. Anyway, I'm just gonna say that the last 25% of white people are the obvious racists. All right, the Steve Kings, the Confederate flag gas mask. Oh, it wasn't. No, but you know what? Even so, that senator or congressman, whoever the fuck that was with that Confederate gas mask, I want to say he's a ghost skin, but I guarantee you he's not a ghost skin, because ghost skin would be like a Democrat, but still voting on voter suppression laws and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit that will hurt the black community. Shit that will put like Hillary Clinton, prime example. The Clinton, exactly, the crime bill, a prime fucking example. All right, the war on drugs, prime fucking example of that. All right, that was created by these undercover racists. They say they're for the people, but we all know for a fact that the racists and the Democrats, that the racists and Republicans of the old days switched parties a long time ago. But it's not that hard to obviously see that it doesn't matter what party that you are on. It's obvious you can still be a racist. Whether your job is as a Democrat or your job is as a Republican or conservative, whatever the fuck you want to, whatever the fucking official label you're going by they give you, no matter what the fuck it is, you obviously are still a racist when you do racist shit. You put racist policies in, you put certain shit in to that will specifically hurt communities of color. And then you want to argument, oh no, the benefit will outweigh the good. Yeah, just step on these people. They use